Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome, Coffee with the Critters. If you're watching this replay, this is a recording or a replay of a Facebook live stream broadcast that we put on every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern called Coffee with the Critters. This is a show we've transferred over from another platform and just getting started on Facebook Live. So welcome. You are on. Good morning, Diane, Maggie, everybody. So like I just said, you're watching it. For people watching this replay, this is on. Good morning, Stacy. This is on. This is Coffee with the Critters. This is our first actual episode on Facebook Live. Yeah, everybody have their coffee. You ready? Moo. So yeah, I'm going to try to have these. Peekaboo. Of course, we're getting started. Oh, that's good to hear, Stacy. Yeah, since we've transferred platforms, I've been getting a lot of messages of people who don't use Facebook coming over to watch this. So that is quite the compliment. I appreciate that. And hopefully the reinforcer, obviously, behind people keeping coming back is the content. So yeah, I'm going to try to keep this to about 15 minutes, so watch me fail miserably. I'm going to try to give every Sunday morning a tidbit of information. And today we are, hey Steve, today we are joined by Milo, who is stationing patiently, our Juliana pig. And there's Levi. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. He's way over in that corner. And the reason I chose these two, good morning, Katie, is for a reason. There is a reason. And there is a reason Levi is over there. So what I want to talk about today is behavior and their reinforcers. You guys have heard me say before, behavior serves a purpose. I have an article I had written titled just that, and maybe I'll post that in a upcoming newsletter because it's one of my most popular papers, and I pass it out a lot of different places to help people understand behavior happens for a reason. There is a reason behavior happens. I hear a lot of people say, oh, it happens for no reason. Yes, it does. It happens for a reason. There's a reason, and if you can find that reinforcer, that reason, then you've identified the reinforcer. So before I get started, I'm going to give a couple examples, and I'm going to show you how I work it through. Before I get started, I know people are saying they're having a hard time subscribing to this Facebook Live feed. I don't know, but I know at the end of the feed, a black subscribe button will come up. If that subscribe button does not work for you, I'll make sure this goes out to our email newsletter list so people don't miss an episode. So if you're not on our email newsletter list, you can sign up at theanimalbehaviorcenter.com. Milo, on your station. Thank you. Good boy. So anyways, yeah, okay. What I wanted to talk about is, yes, Levi is still multicolored. I will show you here shortly. Everyone deserves a chance to be happy, including, I know we are all in this because we love animals so much. Let me turn this around and show the love of my life. Yes, perched right in front of me. We are all in this for a reason. If you're in here watching this live stream, it's because you're either interested in behavior, which I'm extremely interested in. I'm a big fan of applied behavior analysis, or you're in here because you have an animal or you're interested in working with animals. What I see so many times is people overwhelming themselves with trying to give the best care that they can for their animals. Somebody's knocking on the door. I'm not going to answer it. Those of you that have a history with Coffee with the Critters know exactly who it is. So many times I see people give it their all with their animals and create anxiety in themselves. Like I said, we all deserve a chance to be happy. That includes us as well. If we are not happy taking care of our animals are going to pick up on that. The stress will be transferred over to that. So I see a lot of this. Good morning, Ray. I see a lot of this with people working in shelters. Here's our multicolored dog. Yeah. Okay. Nice job. Nice job. So for those of you that don't know, hi Eva. For those of you that don't know, we had an enrichment party here yesterday, and Levi got in the middle of it. Good morning, Janine. Good morning, Amanda. So behavior serves a purpose. But okay, here we go. See this? This came in, that went out. And these two do not care for each other. They don't have to care for each other. I don't try to make all animals get along. Each animal is its own individual. If they do not get along and they reside here, then it's just going to be probably on your station. Good. It's probably going to be ongoing. I'm going to have to watch and have to. You're going to have to watch, and it's probably going to be continuing watching through the rest of their lives. It's all Levi's fault too. Yeah, about the multicoloring. So anyways, we see what's happening here. Levi is not a fan of Milo. Milo, on your station. I want to talk a little bit about antecedent manipulation as well. On your station. So here I could start working on duration. Because you see how he keeps coming off of his station. If the future rate of him continuing, that's right, Rock, if the future behavior of him continuing to come off the station increases, maintains, or increases, then it's being reinforced. Your Cheerio did not drop over here. On your station, Milo. Okay, so I try to take as much stress out of the environment for the animal, no matter what the animal. So what I'm saying is everybody deserves a chance to be happy, including us, the caretakers. Please do not forget that. I see a lot of animal caretakers forgetting to put the importance of their own happiness into their lives and caring for their animals. So Levi is our deaf dog. He is our deaf education bulldog. Milo, good. So Milo could have thought I was calling him to me. Milo is our education pig, and he's a Juliana pig. But I want to say here, behavior happens, tickle, behavior happens for a reason. Good. Behavior happens for a reason. For this behavior happening right here, I was going to wait and talk about it. Willie, the turkey vulture, is on the other side of the door. And I've knowingly reinforced, so I'm using differential reinforcement right here. Good. So I showed him that you come over here. I tried to find all reinforcers and eliminate them as much as possible. And he learned that reinforcement is not happening here. So let's go back to where, whatever that was, Rocky. Good. Very good. What are you talking about? So I want to reinforce the crap out of that because that was cute as hell. I love this. Good. There's a lot of behavior happening in this room right now, so I'm trying to keep... I'm trying to keep Milo on his station. I'm trying to reinforce, that's Rocky, our 18-year-old Moluccan cockatoo back there. I'm trying to reinforce that behavior, and I'm trying to extinguish this behavior. This is a behavior here that I knowingly reinforced and trained. That's Willie the turkey vulture ringing the bells that the dogs ring on the door to come in and out of the door. She's ringing the bells to let me know she wants fed. And that has been reinforced knowingly. I know, Rocky imitates my laugh and he does it pretty well. Whatever, Rocky. So I'm trying to find a different reinforcer for Rocky, okay? So you guys that have followed the work I do know that I'm training numerous animals all at once. So you'll hear me interrupt my sentence to reinforce a behavior I'm hearing in the background. Yeah, exactly, Stacy, cup of sugar. So look at that. I got most of the dye off my hands. On your station. On your station. Good. Okay, so I want to explain to you guys what you just saw. All right? Good. Okay, I have to closely watch these two. And you just saw me use a positive punisher. I used a verbal positive punisher, and you saw my my foot raised right here. Okay, I didn't go towards him, but I raised it right here. And you guys have heard me say in the past, let me make Levi comfortable real quick. Milo, come here. Touch your target. Where's your target? He's got to put his head over the X. That's your target. Good. Okay. In your crate. Good. Good. Okay. So I can explain what happened and takes the stress out of Levi's environment. This isn't fair to him, is it? Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. Okay. So you've heard me say before in the past that I will use a positive punisher if the alternative of not using it is worse. Can you sit? Nice. He's like, now I like this. Okay, but make sure, even Paul Chance, I will state that the author, Paul Chance, says that in his books as well. Using positive punishment, yes. When the alternative of not using it is worse. So you saw Milo getting ready to charge Levi. I'm pretty sure Levi would have just ran, but I don't want that to happen. So you saw me, you heard me say, I don't remember what I said. I think I said that. And you saw my foot come up to the side. I know I was using a positive punisher based on the vocalization from the pig. So you heard Milo go, that's a pitiful, pitiful sound, pitiful replication, but the alternative was worse. Now, the fallout of I will not use a positive punisher. I don't even know if I've had any instances where I've relied on using positive punishment as a form of behavior modification. So be careful, because you'll hear a lot of people saying that they use nothing but positive reinforcement. That's next to that's impossible. That's a person that doesn't understand the 4 quadrants. So we do try to stay away from positive punishment as much as possible. Sometimes it happens and it's not even, it wasn't even delivered by you. So a positive punisher is something that's introduced to the environment that causes the future rate of that behavior to decrease. Right, Rico? It definitely has its fallouts if you use it as a form of behavior modification. And one of them is increased aggression. Here is an animal you do not want to use positive punishers with, because I guarantee you it will result in increased aggression. Those of you that know the work that I do know that I work with a lot of different exotics. You saw me training the alligators earlier this week. Definitely don't want to use positive punishers there. You don't want to use positive punishers. I don't want to use positive punishers anywhere. I don't want to continue to use positive punishers with Milo because it's going to have a major effect on behavior. I work with a lot of pigs, And those pigs, there's a lot of pigs showing signs of aggression. That's a major fallout. Pigs are prey animals. That's a major fallout of using positive punishers as a reinforcer. So what do I do in situations like that? Okay, there's a reason I brought Milo and Levi out here together today. Because I was going to talk about antecedent manipulation. This, and what that means is just look for behaviors, rearranging the environment before the undesired behavior can happen. I hope that makes sense. And yeah, you were just... So when this happened, look for that behavior, look for any sign, cue, or clue that that behavior is getting ready to happen. So I saw it. Did you see? Now, I haven't seen this before because I usually don't have Milo and Levi out here alone together. Now, seeing this today, I'm seeing some behavior I need to work on with both of them because I want to boost his confidence level. And we boost his confidence levels through training, right? So you can see his confidence level is already starting to change now that he knows Milo's in his crate. And don't forget, Levi is a deaf dog. So if he sits here laying down sleeping and a pig comes up behind him, and I've seen Milo do this to Levi before, and Levi can't hear him coming and roots him or hits him in the back, in the butt, it scares the daylights out of Levi, doesn't it? Because Levi can't hear it coming. So, like I said, I don't usually have these two out here alone together. So today is showing me that we need to do some training here. We need to do some serious training here. So I saw Milo continuing to come off of his station, and that last time turned into a charge. So I'm going to do some training with both of them, and I'll show you guys as I go throughout the week. But anyways, here is key, antecedent manipulation. This is what I do, and this is a key factor what I do in a lot of my behavior modification, changing, training, new behaviors, changing undesired behaviors. What I do is, instead of waiting for that behavior to happen, and it's really hard, you guys, live stream broadcasting and trying to train at the same time. I continue to do it because when situations like this happen, I'm just going to use it as an educational, I'm going to use it to educate anybody through this live stream and through the replays of this live stream. So what I would do, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to let Milo out, but at distances where Levi is comfortable. At distances where Levi's comfortable, and then I'm going to reinforce calm behavior from both of them. But here's key in antecedent manipulation. Any type of behavior modification, plan, there will be antecedent manipulation in it. So especially in trying to change a behavior. So what I'm going to do is, an antecedent is anything that happens before a behavior. Distant, long distant antecedent, or something that happens fairly soon right after or right before the behavior happens. So what I'm going to do is I am going to watch for what did that pig look like before this happened. Those are all antecedents because this is the behavior that happened. I'm looking for all signs of body language, body movement, anything in the environment that happened right before this behavior happened. That is so key because that is what you want to start interacting with in beginning training. So a lot of animals that I work with, I've never seen before, so I will sit and watch behavior. And I learn what comfortable looks like to the animal. I learn what nervous looks like for the animal. I learn what calm looks like, and I watch for all those things that happen before a desired or undesired behavior. Those are antecedents, and that's what I'm going to work with. So what I would do here is I knew what Milo looked like before that charge happened. So what I'm going to do is antecedent manipulation. I'm going to rearrange this environment and usually redirect behavior. And until I can sit here and train them both, I'm going to have the camera off so I can focus clearly on what I'm doing, because I don't want that to happen again. Because if that happens again, okay, now it's happened twice. If it happens 3 times, that behavior is being reinforced. It serves a purpose. You will not hear me use the word reward, because a lot of times people get the words reinforce and reward mixed up. You guys have heard me give different examples. But anyways, if this behavior continues to happen, that undesired behavior is being reinforced, okay? And undesired behavior being knowingly or mainly unknowingly reinforced is the main reason why animals lose their homes. So you guys saw that, I'm gonna wrap this up fairly quickly. You guys saw my, nice job, with Milo in the kitchen when the canister of cashews, the top tops, when that top, I mean, this is what our canisters in the kitchen somewhat look like. So that's a cue. When Milo's hearing this, oops, sorry. When Milo hears this, it's a cue. Okay, I just did an antecedent manipulation right there. That was a cue that for Milo, and he takes off running to your feet and stands next to your feet when the top pops of the cashews. And I had said, behavior doesn't lie. Something has reinforced this behavior. I never feed from here to here because I don't like animals at my feet while I'm eating. I don't feed there. That behavior serves a purpose. This behavior is being reinforced. So I paid close attention, and yeah, as suspected. And I told my husband about it, and I have a picture of it, and I said, hey Freddie, do you ever feed Milo when you're standing next to the cashews? And he goes, no, not usually. So I started laughing. I said, there's my intermittent schedule of reinforcement, the intermittent schedule of reinforcement for why that behavior continues to happen. So if that behavior is reinforced once in a while, it could do several things. If it's reinforced once in a while, it'll keep that undesired behavior very strong, because the animal learns that it may not happen every single time, but it happens once in a while. It serves a purpose, so this behavior will continue to happen. And you guys saw the video, the live stream video that I did. The first time that I popped the top, it happened. Then I told him to station, and then I went and popped the top over and over and over, and it didn't happen anymore. So he learns the difference, and I've been experimenting with it since. He knows the difference between when I go over and pop the top, treats do not fall. When Freddie goes over and pops the top, treats fall once in a while. So I could use some antecedent manipulation there and put Milo on a station, high rates of reinforcement, and slowly introduce the popping of the top. But that behavior is going to continue to exist for Milo if the reinforcer is delivered once in a while. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Here's another example. Yesterday, we had enrichment day here where we were coloring a lot of different toy parts. Levi got colored, and Rico was not a part of the event yesterday. It was held way out there at the other end of the concrete. So this is so key. So Levi got colored at the event, and then I came in. Good morning, Dawn. I came in and to get a cup of coffee, and here in the animal room is the coffee machine, and Levi followed me. What's going on with your ears this morning, sweetie? Something has bothered his allergies yesterday. at the event. And we don't think it's the coloring, we think we know what it is, but we're trying to identify it. Anyways, so yesterday, Levi followed me in, okay? Levi followed me in, walked right over here, and walked by Rico's cage. Guess what Rico did? Looked at the rainbow stripes on Levi's back, and his crest shot up like this, and his tail flared. So I immediately jumped in and did some antecedent arrangement or manipulation, and I started clapping because I knew what was going to happen next. That is a behavior that I know how to read, and I've learned through experience. So I started clapping and saying, "That is such a good boy." And each time he would look down at Levi, I would clap and say, "That is such a good boy." And I had a visitor in here with me, and they're looking at me like, "What the heck are you talking about?" And I was like, "Give me a couple seconds, because you don't want to see what happens or hear what happens if I do not try to get this behavior that's getting ready to happen from getting out of control." If I did not interact with him like that, he was going to start screaming. He was showing me behaviors of him being concerned at the color change of Levi. So I did the antecedent manipulation. Good job. What I did, I tried redirecting behavior. Not sure if I did, but what I did was try to pair change with a highly valued positive reinforcer of his. So a highly valued positive reinforcer of his is attention. So I clapped and told him, "Good boy," and we did that probably 3 times, and he is fine. Define fine. He started showing me calm behavior being around Levi. Now, if you guys saw me yesterday, my hands were purple, pink, teal, and almost black right here at the ends because these were so heavily colored. Here's something of major importance. You guys have heard me talk about that I will polish my nails for different reasons to keep the animals used to things changing. It's just one thing I can do to help keep these guys used to change. So I came in here with black fingers yesterday, and I tried to wash them as much as possible, but then I came in here and I wanted to make sure I got a clear read on behavior from Rico before I interacted with him. So I grabbed one of his favorite treats and I handed it to him. So see, my hands are still colored through the cage bars. Oops. To make sure I was getting an accurate read on behavior. And I did this about 3 or 4 times. And I started pushing my fingers further and further into the cage. And Rico is one. Overstimulation will bring a bite. Nervousness will bring a bite. Not used to change will bring a bite. So I did this several times, and then I said, "Yep, I'm comfortable, you're ready." And I went in and gave him his evening snuggles, and with my black fingers, my black, purple, pink, turquoise fingers. So, I mean, that was training, and that was pretty cool. I mean, to me, that was pretty cool, because I was like, that is one of the main reasons. Look at how cutie back there. If your animal is not used to change, slowly introduce them to changes in their environment, but changes at their pace, reinforce for calm behavior. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. I will do some behavior modification here. And one key point I want to say is when you're starting to train an alternate behavior, so we're gonna work on this. We are working on this big time. I had no idea that would, I mean, at the last moment I saw that was getting ready to happen, but I had no idea that would have happened, especially at that intensity. So that concerns me. So I'm gonna start training him individually. I'll start training him individually. Then I'll start a behavior modification plan where we're training them both together, right? And then we'll start, in closer proximity. But what I was gonna say, the key in training behavior is train an alternate behavior, look for the cue for the undesired behavior to happen, and before that undesired behavior happens, redirect through antecedent manipulation. I hope that makes sense. Rearranging the environment. And before an undesired behavior can happen, rearrange the environment. I hope that makes sense. I hope you guys didn't find this boring. I always feel like every time I am boring the heck out of you guys. Hopefully I'm not. So, any questions? And if you guys like this live stream, take a look at our membership program. It's on the animalbehaviorcenter.com. Just look under memberships. We have a live stream scheduled training this afternoon at 1 o'clock. And you get, in the level 2 membership, you get one of those a week. It's a scheduled, and we are going through behavior concerns and issues. Next month, we're tackling behavior modification plans and going through all the necessary steps to, nice job, to accurately change behavior concerns, okay? No questions? Good. I mean, that's cool. I'm cool with that. So I hope everybody enjoys your Sunday morning. And if you have any questions, shoot me an email. You can find me at theanimalbehaviorcenter.com and just click on contact me, and it goes straight to me. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed this live stream, and stay tuned, because I'll start working with these two and I'll start showing you clips. Okay? Take care. Happy Sunday, everybody.